invite you to bring to mind a specific moment in your life when you gave or received care. Take a moment of gratitude for caregivers and how they make our lives and communities possible.
I am a family child care provider, and I've been providing family child care to children in the Leimert Park area of Los Angeles for 17 years.
I'm a child care provider, and I've been doing childcare for over 16 years already.
Soy cuidadora de una niña con discapacidad, síndrome de Down. Mi hijo también es un niño con discapacidad, síndrome de Down y autista.
Tengo 61 años. Yo soy madre cabeza familia, soy cuidadora de 2 personas con discapacidad.
Caring Cities is really an exploration of what it means to invest in care as a tool to make cities more thriving and more equitable.
We are a global network of cities all working to advance gender equity through local government, through programs and policy making.
For us, that shared goal is creating inclusive cities.
In launching Caring Cities, Change offered the opportunity to its full network, inviting cities to really join us on a year-long research process to learn from caregivers. We got to learn from paid childcare providers in Los Angeles, from mothers who are using juegotecas or government care centers in Buenos Aires, and then in Bogota, we got to learn from community caregivers.
The clear call to action in this research project was to center the voices of caregivers as experts in their own field, the field of their lives. And the future of policymaking has to be built on this.
What the caregivers were telling us didn't need to be qualified. It didn't need to be reframed. They are the experts in their own lived experience, and that's what we wanted to get to. We wanted to get to the lived experience.
We need to be sure that we are communicating with those who are impacted most before we move forward with any policy development. Participatory research is at the heart of public policy making. It helps both to shape it, but also to confirm it. If we're going to leave out the people for whom it's impacting most, we're not getting the full story.
A child care provider gets taken for granted. I think 0 to 5 years is a crucial period, and there's so much learning and development that goes on with the child in that age. You're always giving the children the best of you. You have to have patience and bring compassion to the table. People don't realize we're educators just like the teachers in the K-12 system.
You're working with little hearts, and in order to make sure that they grow the right way, then you need to make sure that you're good in here. It's not just taking care of kids. You're not just working with the children, you're also guiding parents that sometimes aren't able to get any kind of help anywhere else. This job could be so heavy emotionally, and we do need that support. We recognize that there are lots of different departments that are benefits for providers, and so it's our role to make the connections about what those supports are, and then to make sure that providers have access to those supports and to those funds.
Quantitative data will tell you what is happening. They'll even shed light on really complex social phenomena like gender equity and inequity, but they won't tell you why. And for that, you really need to talk to people.
Buenos Aires has a very long history in regards to quantitative data in order to design public policy based on evidence and data, but we wanted to complement all this data with qualitative information. With this double approach, we have a more comprehensive and well-rounded approach to public policy design.
What's exciting about cities is that they're a system that, if leveraged properly, can truly impact and change the lives of millions of women and girls at any given moment.
Bogota is an example of a city that has really challenged and shifted the narrative around care because they recognize that care drives so much value to the economy of Bogota, to the economy of Colombia. The mayor did something about it, and she said, we're going to spatially reorient the city to make life a little bit easier for caregivers because without them, our economy and our communities wouldn't function.
El tiempo que he utilizado para cuidar mis hijos siempre ha sido muy complicado. Me levantaba a las 3 de la mañana, pues porque yo veía que el tiempo no me alcanzaba por tanta carga, por tanto trabajo. Hacer desayuno, almuerzo, a organizar los chicos para el colegio y pues estar trabajando también, porque también trabajo pues en las máquinas. Era un poco difícil para todas acá en este lugar.
At its heart, the labor that they're doing, no matter how valuable it is to our economy, to our communities, it is a labor of love. And when we talk about labor and economies and productivity, we lose the fact that these are humans doing that labor.
O sea, cuidar es complejo. Ser cuidadora de personas con discapacidad, no importa cuál sea, es una carga fuerte. Siempre me ha tocado sola. Sola no tengo un respaldo de apoyo, de decir, no, venga, me la llevo un fin de semana, no.
What the report brings to light is that despite being a form of labor, people have not recognized it in that way.
Buenos Aires City government have been working in caring policies since a lot of years. And now we have this document. We can have the voices of these women that gives the care, but also receives the care.
We're able to put faces and people over all these data and numbers that we had. We were very lucky to be able to learn from them. That is a good approach for a government to have.
We feel strongly that cities have a role to play here. They can renegotiate their social contract with families to start alleviating some of that burden of care. And we're here with cities to think about how they can do that.
De verdad han habido muchos cambios en cuanto a la comunidad porque ya ellos el tiempo lo utilizan es para ir a hacer ejercicios, para aprender cosas nuevas, para sembrar sus plantas y el cambio ha sido muy grande para toda la comunidad.
We all have to rally around one another to support one another so that we can have growth in the community, growth within the providers.
What we're calling for is a more human policy-making practice.
Caregiving is so innately human. It is something that touches every person's life. We all require care at some point in our life. There are ways that we can make it more just and more fair. We need to bring that into policy conversations.